All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're taking a look at a really interesting learning platform coming out of Japan, one that's all about challenging how we think. It's called Soraniwa, and we're about to see what makes it tick.
So the platform we're digging into is called Soraniwa, and that's pronounced Soraniwa. It's what they call an independent research discovery media, and it's run by a group called SHISEILABO. The whole idea here is that we're going to explore it together, so let's jump in and see what we can find.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, what on earth is an independent research discovery media? And you know what? That's the perfect question to ask, because wrapped up in that title is everything that makes this site so special. Let's peel back the layers.
First things first, let's do a quick flyover, get the lay of the land. This site covers a ton of ground, so it's a good idea to see how they've laid everything out before we get into the weeds. And right away, you can see just how broad the scope is here. I mean, you've got everything from independent research and case studies to big picture stuff like world issues and world education. And then boom, you get super practical with brand comparisons. You can tell right off the bat, this isn't just a blog with random articles. It's built to be a real learning hub. Okay, to really get a feel for what makes Soraniwa tick, I think we need to zoom in. Let's pick one piece of content and see how they handle it. We're going to dive into a case study on communication design, because it's not just about what they teach, right? It's about how they do it.
So before we go any further, let's make sure we're all on the same page. The case study kicks off by defining communication design, and it's pretty straightforward. It's the master plan for how you talk to your customers and stakeholders to build your brand. It's about figuring out who you're talking to, what you need to say, and the best way to say it. Simple enough. But a definition is just the beginning.
And this is where you really start to see the magic of this platform. They don't just throw a definition at you and walk away. Nope. They give you a real, practical framework. For communication design, they break it all down into 10 clear, actionable methods.
That's right, 10. It's a solid number, isn't it? It's not so small that it feels basic, but not so big that your head starts spinning. It just feels complete. So what exactly are these 10 methods that make up their communication toolkit? Let's get into it.
So they start with the two big ones, the ones we've all heard of, advertising and public relations. But check out how they frame the difference. It's all about the goal. Advertising is about the quick win, sparking that I want to buy this now feeling. PR, on the other hand, is playing the long game. It's all about building a solid reputation and earning trust.
And I love this. This is a perfect example of how the site pushes you. It doesn't just lecture, it turns around and asks you a question. Was your last PR effort integrated? See what that does? It immediately forces you to stop just reading and start thinking strategically about your own work. Then we get to digital marketing. And again, they don't treat it as just one thing. They present it as an engine with all these interconnected parts. You got SEO to get people in the door. Then you have content marketing. Blog posts, videos, to give them something valuable. And finally, social media to build a real community. It's like a flywheel where each part makes the next one stronger. Next, they put two more approaches side by side, direct marketing and influencer marketing. And the contrast is super clear. Direct marketing, think emails or texts, is all about getting a fast reaction. Click here now. But influencer marketing? Totally different vibe. That's about building awareness and trust over time by working with people your audience already listens to. Different tools for different jobs.
And here we go again with another one of those great, thought-provoking questions. It asks, are you only looking at the famous influencers? But then it follows up with this gem. Have you considered nurturing your own? Wow. That's a real shift in mindset, isn't it? It's the difference between renting someone else's influence and building your own from the ground up.
Okay, the next bucket of methods is all about creating those deeper, more meaningful connections. You've got event marketing, which is about creating actual experiences for people. Then there's corporate communication, making sure everyone is telling the same story. And finally, customer support, which they frame not just as fixing problems, but as a golden opportunity to create super loyal fans. And to wrap up the list of 10, we have brand communication, which is basically the art of storytelling for your brand, and partnerships, which is all about smart collaborations for mutual growth. And there you have it. In 10 steps, we've gone from the broadest advertising
all the way down to these really specific strategic moves. Pretty comprehensive, right?
Okay, so that was a pretty deep dive into just one topic. It gives you a really good idea of their approach. But now let's pull the camera back out and see how that single case study connects to the rest of the site.
And this is where it all clicks into place. That communication article we just looked at, that was case 7. But look, it's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. It's part of a whole series that covers marketing, branding, content creation, promotion, you name it. This makes it super clear that this isn't just a collection of random posts. It's a thoughtfully designed curriculum, a real path to follow.
Which brings us, really, to the big question, the why. Why does a site like this exist? What's the mission behind it all? Because, as we've seen, it's clearly about more than just teaching marketing tactics. There's a much deeper philosophy at play here.
And that really gets to the heart of it all. This is their mission, and it's a powerful one. Soraniwa is a media that considers the importance of subjective questions and the value of minorities in the AI era. It proposes a new educational style that solves problems by doubting common sense, discovering new solutions, and redefining rules and conventions.
So, if that mission resonates with you, this whole idea of questioning common sense to find new answers, then you'll probably want to see more. On that note, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the like button. Thanks for exploring with me.